Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we have the translations for the OPOP video. We also have the infiltration report. The maintenance for JP has ended, so now we know what is coming up in terms of reworks and other content for the characters for the month of October. So we're going to go over that. We're going to switch over to the in-game after we are done looking at some of the translations for the OPOP video. So as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, consider liking the video and subscribing for future Opera Omnia content. And of course, let me know what you guys are most interested in from what I read off of from the translations done by Zeta Kai. So shout out to him for the translations done for this video. So first things first is going to be for the OPOP, Divine World of Illusions Bahamut. The special condition for the Lufenia Orb is going to be to deal a certain amount of HP damage via consecutive turns. So that's going to be interesting. But I guess with Prish, most likely she will be able to handle that pretty easily. Now, it also is going to summon Dragon Stars. One will attack and one will support, and they cannot be killed. So it looks like it's going to be something similar to what was it? Not exactly, but it's not the same. But it's gonna be something similar to like maybe Pandemonium. Also maybe something similar to maybe Leviathan as well. It's not entirely the same, but you get what I mean in terms of like ads, like they spawn ads. It'll be somewhat of like a similarity in terms of like the fight, but not in terms of like what they like actually do. So it's gonna be it's going to be an interesting fight. We're gonna have to see because this content will be released tomorrow night as I'm recording this video, so it's gonna be a very interesting fight. Now, Precious BT and LD, of course, we don't have anything in terms of like percentages or anything like that. So I guess once we get into the actual release or once the actual like banners and content and all that stuff drops, then we'll know exactly um, what everything actually does. So we kind of have like the basic information of it. So her LD ability, Azuran Fist, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Apologies if I do not, or if I'm not. It's a melee brave plus an HP attack. She gives herself, or she grants a buff to herself called the 100 Fist. Now, the 100 Fist, it gives her stats up, and all brave hits gain an additional hit. So if she's dealing 10 brave hits, she's actually going to be dealing 20 brave hits instead. That's pretty nuts. That's kind of crazy, actually. That's kind of busted, actually, when you think about it. Now, her burst effect, Dawn, is a melee brave plus HP attack, but the burst effect is basically her LD ability, which is nuts. And when you think about it, like, just imagine, like, a lot of characters who don't deal a lot of multiple brave hits, like with Prisha's BT effect, having her LD effect, that's gonna be pretty nuts. And you also get stats up in terms of brave and HP damage cap up. So that's gonna be pretty crazy. But the fact that she is able to give that to the party is gonna be pretty nuts. So, like, the possibilities are pretty endless if you combine her with other characters. Like let's take example, like a lot of the like a lot of the characters that are still crystal level 80. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty crazy. Or not even that, but like say like characters who or may be having trouble capping. Prish is going to be the number one character to be able to help those characters in capping very easily. So yeah, her LD ability is pretty nuts, and her BT effect is it's just straight up disgusting. Now, she is gonna be getting an alternate costume, and then of course Yuna is gonna be getting her BT plus as well. We have no details on that. Shelks, oh Shelky, yeah, Shelky. Uh, uh, she will be finally be getting her lost chapter, and then of course Lulu will be getting her LD. Lulu's excuse me, Lulu's LD ability, W Flare Furry, is a furry. Fury, excuse me, I'm sorry, it's late. I'm sorry, I'm tired. It's an AoE magic brave plus HP attack executed multiple times, and she gives herself the 5 levels of the Doll's Master. Now, Doll Master will be improved via LD with new effects, like Party Fire Enchant that is able to be stacked with other elements. Example, you will be able to deal a Water Fire Magic Brave with Lulu and Rydia. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, like, you won't have to worry about, like, say, having like complications with like bringing different type of elements with like other characters. Like, so, like, say if like the Lufenia orb like tells you like, oh, you have to deal straight fire damage. Well, that shouldn't be an issue with Lulu, right? Because like if you bring Lulu, but if you bring somebody else with a different element, then it won't be an issue at all with Lulu's LD ability. Now, it's from what I'm understanding, of course. So we'll see, but that sounds pretty interesting. Uh, but yeah, the new character, of course, for October will be Type Zero Size. She is of the black or purple, whichever one or two, crystal color, and her weapon type is Other, or I guess like, well, I mean, we pretty much know what it is. It's pretty much Scythe, or her Scythe is her weapon. Now we are getting new icons that will be representing certain buffs slash debuffs, and Zeta Kai did us the big favor of being able to translate what each of these new buffs and debuffs are. So as you can see, we got attack, defense, speed buff, evasion buff, debuff, evasion buff, brave related buff, and then a critical related buff. So and I think this is a great quality of life, especially to those who don't speak Japanese, like say myself, and are trying to figure out like which buff is which. Like, this is actually super convenient for me. So this will definitely help me out in knowing like which type of debuff or buff it is that I have on like say myself or on the enemy. So this is actually super duper convenient. So I'm very, very happy that they decided to actually implement this into the game. So I'm very excited to have this. So as you can see, you got the attack, defense, speed, brave related debuff, HP related debuff, blind, HP silence, and doom. So yeah, very nice. I really like this quality of life update. It's super convenient. Now we are going to switch over to the in-game notice, because we are going to talk about some of the upcoming content that was not mentioned in the OPOP video, in terms of like reworks that characters are going to be getting later on in the month of October. So let me switch over to um my in-game real quick, and we shall check that out. There we go. So real quickly, let me find the translation super quick. Oh, also we shall be getting, in terms of challenge rewards for the OPOP video. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Actually, yeah, here we go. So we're getting 6,000 gems, 5 guard tokens, 20 draw tickets, and 1 power stone. So let's see if I can find the correct translation. So yeah, so we are going up against Bahamut once again. The characters that you see here will be synergy for this event. So you got Celeste, Yuffie, Yuna, Prish, Fran, and Hope. That will be super synergy for this event. And then of course you got Prish's BT weapon, Yuna's BT weapon. Prish will have a high armor, which, you know, Prish does have a high armor already, so you'll be able to max it out fully. And then you have the brand new character, which will be Sice, that will be released for the month of October. Next up will be Transcendence number 9, which will be released in mid-October. And then if you are able to fully complete all the way up to Transcendence 9, like if you already been up to Transcendence 8, you should have gotten the gems that were part of the Transcendence campaign. And then of course, if you beat Transcendence 9, then you will get 10,000 gems for completing, or 10,000 gems aside from the normal rewards that you get for completing Transcendence. Transcendence. What do you call it? Transcendence. No, just Transcendence in general is what I'm trying to say. You will also get the 10,000 gems for completing the Dimensions End Transcendence. My God, I can't talk. So yeah, you'll be getting 10,000 gems for completing Transcendence 9, and there's no date on it, but that will be released in mid-October. Next up is Edge. Edge will be our next intertwined Wills character for the month of October. So that will be starting at some point in October. I'm going to assume it's going to be at some point during mid-October. Again, Shelky will be our lost chapter for the month of October, which I think they mentioned was October 5th. Then if we keep going down, I think this is the list of reworks. So this is going to be a pretty interesting list of reworks, and some of you guys might be excited for this upcoming list, and some of you guys might be interested in and curious to see on some of the characters that are going to be getting some reworks. So on September 30th, Celeste, Yuna, Prish, Fran will be getting a rework. On October the 5th, Shelky and Lulu will be getting a rework. Excuse me, and also I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm saying things. On October the 8th, Lan and Ren will be getting a rework, which is pretty interesting. On October the 13th, the new BT character and a returning BT character, and then Poem will be getting a rework, and then also Galoof will be getting a rework as well. So very, very, very interesting. On October the 15th, a campaign draw character and Kate Sif will be getting a rework. On October the 19th, Edge will be getting a rework, and Garnet will be getting another rework again. Damn. And then finally on October the 22nd, Jagron and King will be getting a rework. So some pretty interesting stuff that is coming up for JP for the month of October. So I'm assuming after the 22nd, we will probably get our end of the month OPOP. And I believe at some point before the 13th, we will get our mid-month OPOP, where we will find out who is going to be our mid-month OPOP BT characters. So pretty interesting stuff. So other than that, that's pretty much gonna be it. I don't think there's really anything else. This is just a notification just talking about the new buff icons, which I've already talked about. But other than that, that's pretty much about it, guys. And I already mentioned this not even 3 minutes ago. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are most excited about coming up for JP in the month of October. But other than that, if you guys enjoyed the video, consider liking the video and subscribing for future Opera Omnia content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in my next video.